Good morning! It's a gorgeous day in Svalbard today. Here we go. This is my first YouTube video, and for some reason I decided to start it in Svalbard. Svalbard is an island close to the North Pole. I'm flying to Longyearben, which is 1,300 kilometers away from the North Pole. There are more polar bears than people. The sun doesn't rise for months, and if you leave town, you're required to carry a rifle. Before we head out, if you are wondering how to dress for the extreme Arctic conditions, there's a full practical guide on Visit Svalbard's website. I did not know this, but beginning of October you do not need this many layers. The very first thing I wanted to do when I arrived in Svalbard was go for a hike. With barely any snow, we could actually see the permafrost layer beneath our feet, which was surprisingly cool. It turned out to be 4 solo female travelers, and our guide Leia was absolutely amazing, making the whole experience even better. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, often called the Doomsday Vault. It's a secure backup for the world's crop seeds, protecting global food supply in case of disasters. Built deep into the permafrost, it stretches about 120 meters into the mountain, using the natural cold to help preserve seeds for centuries. Hiking to the Svalbard Church, but it is on the outskirts of town. Look at how it looks like here. And there's basically no fence between me and any polar bears. And I just came back from the Svalbard Museum, so I actually was able to see how big the polar bears are. It's so quiet in here. Is that a polar bear? Girl. Enjoying some nice rooibos tea at the North Pole. In Svalbard, it's customary to remove your shoes indoors, a tradition from the coal mining era to keep heavy coal dust from spreading inside buildings. Being from South Africa, I didn't trust leaving my boots out, especially since they're the only shoes I packed. But hey, let's trust the process. Tonight we went hunting for the Northern Lights, and while we didn't see a single one, still the night was amazing. We walked under the Arctic sky and saw the global seed vault shining in the dark. And just in case we started doubting, Magnus, our wonderful tour guide, had pictures of the Northern Lights to prove they really exist. I pressed my forehead against the cold glass and watched the Arctic mountains fade into the distance. There's something about this place that feels otherworldly, as if we were never meant to set foot here. The land is so pure, so untouched, it almost whispers for silence. But maybe that's the point. Maybe places like this exist not for us to claim, but to remind us of how small we really are, and how beautiful the world can be when it's simply left to be. And even though I'm leaving, a part of me will always stay here, somewhere among the mountains, carried by the wind that never stops moving, until the next journey.